Hey guys, welcome back to Sunday Potluck. I'm going to be making a cake today. It's a strawberry cake. And I actually got this recipe off of YouTube. So a lady that I know called me. Wait, I'll tell you the story while I'm cutting up strawberries. Hold on. So a lady that I know texted me messengered me on Facebook the other day, and she asked if I still made cakes. And I said, not really, but what do you need? And so she said that her granddaughter's birthday was coming up and she wanted this specific cake. And so I said, yeah, I can do that. So that is what I'm doing. Is she wanted a strawberry cake. So I am doing this one. So what I'm doing right now is I'm cutting up a pound of strawberries. And I'm putting them in my food processor because we're going to make a strawberry puree. Can't say that word. And we're going to put it on the stove and get all the water out of it. It takes about 30 minutes or so to do that. So while that's working, I've got my butter, and I need, 1 cup of butter. So 2 sticks of butter at room temperature. So while this is working its magic, my butter is coming to room temperature and my eggs are coming to room temperature. And I'm just cutting up strawberries. So it's late at night, which is the perfect time to bake because the kids don't really bother me because, you know, they should be asleep, but they're not. I don't know if you can hear Marianne crying upstairs or not. But she doesn't want to go to bed because she doesn't feel like it's time to go to bed, evidently. So I'm just, you know, doing what I'm doing. That's all you can do, right? So I'm gonna make the cake tonight, and then I will decorate it in the morning. And it's a JoJo cake. I don't know if I don't know anything about JoJo. That strawberry doesn't look right. But I know she likes, JoJo is she likes pink and she likes bows. So we're doing a JoJo strawberry cake. So, and then we'll get it delivered to her tomorrow. And hopefully she will like it and all that good jazz. And I'm gonna do the caramel macchiato icing that I did on another cake not too long ago. So I don't know, I got the container that I got was a 2-pound container, and so I've cut up probably a little more than half of what was in the container, and I might go ahead and do the whole thing because I'm thinking I'm going to do this a 3-layer cake instead of just, you know, 2 8-inch rounds. I'll go ahead and do, if I have enough strawberries left over, I might go ahead and do a 3rd layer because that just makes it that much better and that much prettier. So I've got all my strawberries cut up, and I'm just going to do this in the food processor, and I'll be right back so y'all don't have to hear this. Okay, so now that I've got this all liquefied, I'm gonna go stick it on the stove and put it in a pan, stick it on the stove and get that reducing, and then we'll come back and finish out the rest, mix up the rest of the stuff. Okay, so while that is while the strawberry are reducing back there, I'm gonna go ahead and work on the bow for tomorrow. That way it's nice and stiff for when we need it. So I got some fondant, and I went ahead and got the it's called Cake Craft fondant. It's this, and it's already pink, so don't have to worry about making my hands super pink. They're still gonna be a little pink, but not as pink as they would be if I had to dye it by hand. And then I got some cornstarch and I'm gonna roll the fondant out in the cornstarch, and that'll make it a little bit more stiff and dry out quicker. So I'll just leave it to, after I make the bow, I'll leave it out to air dry overnight, and then tomorrow whenever I go to decorate, it'll be nice and ready. So all I'm gonna do is make a bow. Okay, y'all, so that bow took way longer than I thought, but the strawberry puree needed to cool down anyway. The butter needed to get to room temperature, and the eggs needed to get to room temperature, so it works. But it is late, and so I'm gonna try to hurry it. But this fondant ain't worth it. I just go ahead and get the Wilton fondant, because that's what I ended up having to get, and use that, and it worked out perfectly because it was more pliable. So anyways, so now to get to baking or mixing up the cake. So I've got my strawberry puree sitting over here, and I'm gonna just leave it right there. You need, because you gotta let that get to room temperature, so you need 2 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour, and because I was worried about doing that, I did not get all of my measuring cups, so let me go get that. Okay, I think I got everything over here. So let's show you what I'm doing down here. Okay, so I've got an extra bowl, so I'm gonna put 2 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour in here. That's 2, and that's the 3/4 cup of flour. And then to that, I'm gonna add a teaspoon of kosher salt. So tablespoons, where's my teaspoon? Okay, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt. And then 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda, and I think my baking soda was flat, so I had to get some more. So 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda, and then 2 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder. Yeah, well, I used my baking powder earlier today, and it was like rock hard. So that's 2 1/2. So when I went to the store earlier, I was like, I've got to get baking powder for sure. Okay, so that says to whisk that, and I'm just going to use this little spoon here. Whisk that together and set it aside. So that's going to be set aside. All right, so in my bowl, I need a cup of butter, and it says room temperature. It's squishy, so it's cold in here. So I need like a, I don't know, somewhere to put all this trash. A trash can would make sense, but I need like a bowl or something that I can put all of that in right away. So I'm just gonna use my little handheld mixer instead of getting my stand mixer out. It'd probably be easier with the stand mixer, but everything is over here and I don't have to worry about it. So my cup of butter and 2 cups of sugar. So it's a half, one, half, 2 cups of sugar. Okay, and then it says mix that for 5 minutes until creamy. So time for time lapse. Alright guys, I just have to say, if y'all have hung in here with me this long, y'all deserve a pat on the back, because this is taking forever. So I'm just gonna use some Crisco, and I use my hands, I know, on the bottom of my pans, and then I will flour those. And these are just 8-inch pie pans, not pie pans, cake pans. I almost said cookie pans. They're not cookie pans either. So what I do is I just coat that with the Crisco, and then I put some flour in it. I put my flour up too soon. Put a little bit of flour in it, dust it around, and get it all coated so that it basically does that to the pan. And then the cake does not stick. Well, that's the plan anyway. That's the hope, and the goal is so the cake doesn't stick. Sometimes it does, and then you just kind of have to figure it out, because that's what you do. Alright, so I need a little bit. And then if I have a shiny spot, like there's a shiny spot right there, I just put a little bit more Crisco on it, and then dust the flour back over it, and boom, no more shiny. So then I just dump out the excess flour in the water, or in the sink. I don't know if that's what you're supposed to do with it or not, but that's what I do with it, because I don't know, because that's what I do. So there's 2 ways you can do this. You can eyeball how much cake batter goes in to your cake pans, or you can be scientific and get a scale. I am not going to be scientific, and I'm just going to eyeball it, because I don't want to dig my, well, my scale's just on the counter over there, but I don't want to worry about it. I probably should worry about it, but it is late, and I'm ready to go to bed. So, and then I'm going to decorate it in the morning, because you got to let it cool. So this is, like I said, this is a very thick batter. And I'm just going to put about half of it in each pie pan. See, I said it again. Cake pan. It's not a pie pan. Cake pan. And I'm just going to like alternate my scoops. I could probably just dump it and then dump it and dump it and dump it, and then it'll be fine. But, you know, why not do it this way? Because that's probably the most complicated way to do it. And then, who doesn't like complicated? Guys, I don't know if I said this a while ago, but if y'all have made it with me this far, give me a thumbs up and let me know you're still alive. And then go get a cookie, because you deserve one. Because this is a gonna be a long video, and I'm sorry about that. But all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cook this, and I'm going to decorate tomorrow. So at least you don't have to. I'll make the decorating a second video, so you don't have to stay up with me the whole time. My husband done went to bed. He was on the couch just snoring, and I had to wake him up and say, babe, just go to bed. He's like, I'm sorry, I wanted to stay up with you. It's okay, just go to bed. It's late, I understand, I get it, go to sleep. So, I'm gonna spread that out. Spread this out, and hopefully this will be nice and pink in the morning. You know, after I bake it, it'll be nice and pink. And, yeah, so I don't know if that did anything, because I think I just spread it around and then stuck it back together, or stuck it back down in there. All right, So these are gonna go in the oven for about 30 minutes or so until they're done. It goes in the oven at 350 for about 30 minutes. So we'll see what they look like when they come out of the oven. And if I haven't said it lately, thanks for subscribing to Sunday Potluck. And don't forget to hit that like button. And I will see y'all tomorrow because I'm going to bed.